17 years, 9 films, 1 iconic character. Logan was a movie that put the superhero genre on the map. This was a movie that I consider to be the greatest movie I've seen since, I would say, The Dark Knight. It's been a long time coming. Now it's finally the end of Logan. But now there are some things I want to talk about the film. This review will contain major spoilers. This review, I'm doing a spoiler review as well, but I also want to explain certain plot details, and I'm going to get in the bottom of this, and I got you covered. Alright, let's begin. And now, obviously, this is an alternate new timeline that happened after Days of Future Past. Now, in the scenes in this movie, he's now slow and aging, and he's beaten, bruised, and battered throughout this whole entire movie. And now he has Professor Xavier along with him. And they've been living in the borderline of Mexico for many years, for probably the last 10 years. Why? Here's the reason why. Because Professor Xavier was the main person who killed all the mutants on Earth, including his beloved students at the school. Professor Xavier has a brain disease. He has a brain disease that's been affecting him for quite some time, and it triggered his powers to kill all the mutants. And now Wolverine is slowly giving him pills to maintain those seizures. And that could be the one reason why Wolverine has lost his humanity. Because all the mutants is gone, his beloved Jean Grey is gone, now he has no mutants around, so therefore he's basically alone. And the only way to make ends meet, he must work as a chauffeur to gain money and make drug deals to prevent those seizures to happen again from wiping out the whole entire Earth. But as soon as he's working his job, he meets up with a young Hispanic woman named Gabriella. She's been holding a little girl along with her from this organization. This organization keeps little children and trains them to become mutant killing machines. And one of the girls they did an experiment on, they used the artificial tissue from Logan himself. So he meets up with Gabriella. Gabriella is urging Wolverine to take the girl, take her to South Dakota to meet up with Eden. Eden is a safe haven for all the mutants to be safe from the organization that's trying to kidnap the kids. Now, Eden is actually a reference from the comic book, from the X-Men comic book that Wolverine opens up and sees for himself, and this triggers him to believe that Eden is not real. Now, Wolverine is hesitant to take the girl to the journey all the way to North Dakota, but he decides to do so after he meets up with Donald Pierce. Donald Pierce is a mercenary, and he has a team of mercenaries called the Reavers, and their goal is to find X-23 and bring her back to the facility to do more tests. That ain't happening. But as soon as they try to escape, they notice the girl, and then hell breaks loose. The girl has mutant powers just like Wolverine, and she cut off a dude's head, and Logan was shocked at what he sees. So he decided to bring the girl along. After a long journey, they meet up with this family, this African-American black family. But then something strange happened. Professor Xavier admits that he was the one who killed all the mutants, but as soon as he turned around, he thought it was Logan, but it was not Logan. It was X-24, a younger version clone, exact clone of Wolverine himself, and he killed the family and killed Professor Xavier in the process. And after that, he tries to kidnap X-23, but Logan went toe-to-toe with X-24, but Logan was no match for X-24 because of his brutality in his younger years. Logan's healing factor was deteriorating, and yet it wasn't working, so therefore some of the blows that he was delivering was not matching up with X-24. It's like you have a Michael Jordan in his prime, one-on-one with Michael Jordan, who was 38 in 2003. That does not fit. Eventually, Logan was saved by the father, the African-American male whose family was killed. And then he tried to shoot Logan with his shotgun, but he ran out of bullets and he kneeled over and died. Therefore, Logan is now coping with the death of Professor Xavier, and him and X-23, they buried Professor Xavier. They said their goodbyes. As soon as they get to Eden, they find this group of kids who's been there for quite some time, and then the next day the kids were on their voyage. But when Logan woke up, he noticed that something wasn't right. They were being tracked by Donald Pierce and the Reavers, and then he goes them to save them. When he tries to go in the forest to save them, he was losing energy and losing power, so he has to drink the green formula that enhances his powers. He went on a rampage and killed pretty much everyone there. It's a horrific scene. But then he meets up with X-24 again. But this time, it was a one-on-one fight, X-24 got the best of Logan, and then he impaled him through a tree. Eventually, the kids now killed Donald Pierce and the rest of his Reavers, while X-23 took an adamantium bullet and shot X-24 dead. Logan died, and he breathed his last breath, and he faded away, and he died. And the kids buried him, knowing that that was the end of the character. Now, the main question of this whole entire movie: why was Logan's powers deteriorating? Why was his healing factor slowed? Why was he aging? Why was he dying? Let me explain the whole situation. When I was watching this movie, I came up with two possible theories about the reason why it could be so. Now, the first reason deals with metal poisoning. It's because the adamantium was not meant to be in Wolverine's body at all. It gives his bones indestructibility and also protects him from harm and damage, but yet the internal chemistry of the body and the adamantium does not mix. Therefore, it slowly is killing him. Now, this could be happening to X-23 when she gets older. Now, the second reason why he was dying is because of the events of Wolverine. Don't forget, this movie was directed by James Mangold. He directed the Wolverine. Now, the Wolverine came out before Days of Future Past, so pretty much all the events that happened prior has been erased. Now, that means the events of the Wolverine probably didn't happen, or maybe it did, but in a different circumstance. Now, in the scene of Wolverine was suffering from the same fate. His healing factor was not effective. Maybe in the events of Wolverine that happened in a different way, he never found out what was causing his healing factor to be slow, because that slug is still inside of his heart. Maybe. Now, the doctor says something very clear to Logan, but Logan denied it. Now, the doctor said there's something in your body that's killing you. Now, was the doctor referring to the slug? Because remember, the doctor was doing tests to Logan. Probably put him through an x-ray, and he probably did some tests on him to see what was fully wrong. Now, was the slug inside of his heart? Maybe. We don't really know, but this could be a possible theory. But in this movie, it clearly makes sense for the slug to still be in his heart, thanks for this being a new timeline, and the events that happened in the Wolverine could be altered, so therefore he would never found out the slug was still in his heart. That could be the main reason why he has slowed aging and he's dying. Now, the next question I want to ask: is X-24 still alive? Alright, in the X-Men Origins, which I don't like talking about, William Stryker had an adamantium bullet, and he was planning to use it on Logan to wipe out his memory. William Stryker said an adamantium bullet cannot kill Logan. So, the adamantium bullet that X-23 used on X-24 might have killed him, but only for one moment. When X-23 shot the bullet, she shot a piece of his head off. In my theory, X-24 is still running around the jungle somewhere. Kids, watch out. And the other thing that they hinted in this movie, they hinted the New Mutants. These kids that was in this movie are pretty much the same people you might see in the New Mutants. Then a New Mutants movie is in development. So are these kids the roster for the New Mutants movie? And will it take place in this alternated timeline, in the future timeline in 2029? We don't know. That's my theory explained. Guys, do you agree with this theory? What are your theories on Logan dying? Do you think it could be adamantium poison? Do you think it could be that slug still inside his heart? Give me all your theories and give me all your thoughts and comment below. Thank you for watching. If you like everything you see and you agree, click right here to join me in the Batman family. I have more Batman-tastic reviews on the way. You have been warned. Till then, ciao.